What's going on, YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. So, guys, many of you know, who especially who have been following me for a while, my favorite all-time movie knife, and what got me started in my love for knives, was this guy right here, the freaking Rambo First Blood. And as you can see by the blade, even though it's supposed to be a cheap wall hanger, I use it. I did a video cutting down little trees with this thing. I am an absolute fan of this blade. The steel is 9 inches long. This one is only a 440. You can see it's got the wire cutter up here with the saw. I love using this thing. I love using this thing. The problem is it's not as strong as a lot of the other things, so I have to give it light work. I can't go crazy with it. But here's the thing. I have to think, if John Rambo wanted to make his own knife, and you've seen what happened in Rambo 4. He made that awesome machete that I actually reviewed. But this right here, if in Rambo 1, First Blood, right? If the guy was going to make his own blade, instead of, you know, having Jimmy Lyle make him a spectacular piece that this is not, what would it be like? And what kind of tools would he have had, and would he have gone with a hollow handle? And my thinking is he definitely would not have gone with a hollow handle. If the guy was going to take a hunk of steel and make a knife, it would not have been that way. So here's my next plan. I am making my own Rambo knife. Now, you see it's dark in here. That doesn't mean I'm painting it black like the Rambo 2. I might blue it. Who knows? I might do. I might sand fine here and sand heavy here, so this is more satiny looking. I'm not there yet, because you know how this one has the two-tone blade, satin to polished. I might go similar, but I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. What I do know is that this is 9 inches. This is 9.5. This is about 1.5 inches thick. This one's going to be 2 inches. Now, also, trying to get out of the blur here. Also, I was thinking about doing a cord wrap handle because it's classic and this and that, and I love that green look. But I was walking around Woodcraft and I saw this piece of wood there, and I thought to myself, I could just keep it green and keep it awesome. So I found this green and black plywood, and what I want to do is go, you know, this way. So the tang is going to go in here, and what I'm going to do is a hidden tang, right? So I'll drop the tang in about 4 inches, and I'm going to put a single pin in there. But carved up, this stuff right here should look pretty cool, and it will give a pretty radical look, you know what I mean, to the original Rambo. And I think that if I can pull this off, and if I can make a blade that looks like this, you know what I mean, and put together like that, I think it's going to be really freaking cool. So this is my project, and I'm going to press pause, and then I'm going to start working on making a dbad version of a Rambo knife. Now, what I'm going to do for the guard, because I've never been a fan of the screwdrivers, because what am I going to use a screwdriver guard for? I'm going to use an aluminum guard, and I'm just going to make it probably oval, and that's about it on the guard. I don't need to go crazy with that. I just need a hand guard that gives it a Rambo-esque look. What I will most likely do is I'll do the 9x2. I'll cut this up a 1/2 inch, so where the ricasso is right here, the end of the blade, this little hilt area will be 1.5 inches, and then from here I'll probably cut it down so it'll be about 1 inch tang, right? And the inch tang will go about 4 inches and stop, and then the handle material will go probably around 5 inches. I'll do probably a 5-inch handle, and it's going to be solid. It's not going to be a hollow handle. So the thing is going to be absolutely solid as a rock. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at making my own version of my favorite knife, the Rambo. My favorite movie knife, obviously my favorite knife, everybody knows, is, well, it's sitting over there, my big case, XX Bowie. I love that damn thing. But right here, man, I'm making a Rambo style knife. Oh yeah, can't wait to get this thing done. So let me get started. Later. Update time, update time, update time. So you see that this Rambo is coming out very, very cool. So all is good in the Rambo front. I got to give it more of an edge, obviously. It's pretty round at the edge, so I need to grind out a little bit more in here. Just touch up in here with the grinds. The swedge is looking really, really nice, so that's pretty cool. I'm not doing a wire cutter. When Jimmy Lyle did it, he used a 1/4 inch piece of steel. I'm using I think it's an 1/8. So I'm not going to do the wire cutter line. That would be useless on this knife. Besides, I don't have the typical wire cutter. I just have a different kind of tooth going on. This is my version, so that's what I did. But so far, I have to say that it's very Rambo bladey. That makes sense. It's very Rambo bladey, and it's coming out pretty damn hot right there. So eventually, I'm going to have a finished Rambo blade. Okay. Little update time. So here we have the First Blood knife, right? Here we have the Rambo 2 knife. So basically what I'm doing is I'm pretty much splitting the difference here. And this is my knife. So you can see it's actually bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's going to be closer to the Rambo 2 knife, but a little bit bigger. Now the clip point looks like it's more of a curl here than here, just because of the way the black is, but really it's still well, it's kind of got an upsweep to it, where this one doesn't really have an upsweep, and that's where I was getting my angles from. You can see that's a match. So this, I never even realized, has more of an upsweep in the clip point, where the First Blood knife and the one I made does not. They're solid. So I went with black inside, but I didn't paint it black. What I did is I blued it. So I have bluing. Then what I will do is, instead of a black handle, I will have black and green handle. So, you know, it'll be more like that. I didn't realize how big I made it, but I'm not sad about that. I think that size is appropriate when it comes to a Rambo knife, and this one is going to do the job. So let's see how it measures up here. I'm going to go from the exact point. So this is a lot bigger than I intended it to be. Basically what I did is, when I drew out my design, I draw out the outline and then I color around it, the takeaway part. And what I did is, instead of cutting the inside line, I cut the outside of my takeaway part, which left me with a whole lot more knife. As a matter of fact, let's measure the blade length on this. And this is pretty much going to be the blade length. I still have to hone up the tip a little bit, so it's going to shrink by maybe a 32nd of an inch. But let's see what we're looking at here for blade length. Blade itself is going to be just about 10 3/4, slightly under, which makes it about 3/4 inch bigger than this guy right here. And I expected it to be a 1/2 inch smaller. so you can see how the size got away from me, and I'm not mad about it. So it's going to be closer to this size in color, but this shape. So that's what I'm looking at. Dogs are going mental. So you can see the thickness difference. However, this one is going to be stronger than this one because this is the wall hanger version. It's a 440 steel, where this one is a 1080 high carbon. So I don't need it to be that fat, but it's definitely going to be just that cool. So that's where I'm at right now. All that's left is making a hand guard, and then making a handle, and then a little something extra I have going into it, and that's about it. And this thing right here, man, if that's not Rambo-esque, I don't know what is. That's pretty badass right there. So it's actually coming out like I wanted, possibly better than I wanted. It's my first attempt at this style knife, so I think it's coming out pretty cool, man. The swedge I'm pretty impressed with. The swedge is really nice and even, and it looks fine. The edge is getting pretty sharp. It's not a big round edge anymore. So I'm gonna go finish it up, and we'll get right on that. All right, hold on now. Whew. Oh, it is a happy day. Happy day. Happy day. Look at this guy right here. This is the finished product of my Rambo knife, complete with compass in the rear. Woo, doggy. So this is it. I did have one mistake when I made this thing. As I hammered on the handle, hammered a little too hard, and I cracked it going all the way up. So I put some JB Weld in there. Hopefully it'll hold. If not, who cares? I'll just make another handle. I hope it doesn't, because I like this handle. So, but check it out. Let's break open the old first blood. There we go. This was my what I wanted. You know what I mean? This is what made me want to make a knife, a Rambo knife, and you can see it all out. Now, I didn't go crazy on the tip. I left it a little thicker here, and that's so I don't break it stabbing into anything. I didn't add the screwdriver set on there. I just made a plain hand guard. I figured that's all it really needs. As far as just the overall look, I mean, if you look at it, you think, you know, oh wow, it's like kind of like a Rambo knife style, and that's exactly what I wanted. It's obviously not exactly Rambo knife because I made it, and I wanted to make it like if in that last Rambo movie you saw Rambo made his own knife and it came out burly and rugged and this and that. That's what I want. I wanted if he was going to make his knives, they would all be burly and rugged. I doubt he'd have a hollow handle. So here it is. You can see compared to the Rambo 2, it's a little bit bigger. But all in all, they're all done. So this is my Rambo knife set right here, and look at that. I'll tell you what, they actually look kind of good together. So so what I want to do is I want to take it outside and I want to smash it against some things. I'm really happy I went with the green, even though I cracked it and it's probably not going to last. If it does break off, what I'll do is then I'll just do like a pine something, like a pine dowel, and then wrap it in green. But I hope I don't have to do that because I like it. I do like the compass. I think that is a must-have on a Rambo knife. Is your compass. Man, it's hard to focus on this damn thing. So that's it anyway. I did this compass because it has this little point right here where you're supposed to hold on to, but I figured it just makes like an extra little piece of finger guard and kind of like a lanyard if I really needed. But overall, this thing, it feels good in the hand. I just poked myself in the leg. It feels good in the hand, and I think it looks pretty mean, honestly. I think it looks pretty damn mean. So the only thing to do now is go test it and see if this handle is going to split off, because it's cracked already. So let's go and swing it into stuff. Come on. Oh, let's start this bad boy out right with the old water bottle challenge. Oh yeah. See, I don't really have a good place to sit it right now, but we'll work it. Woo! I short shot it, but you can see it cut where I hit. Not too bad, not too bad. I pulled back as I swung, and it does cut. It does cut. It's pretty sharp. I didn't make it razor sharp, but pretty sharp. I don't want to jack up this tip. It is 1080, so I didn't go crazy fine, but you see it cuts. The water bottle challenge, first one out of the box. It's all right. Let's keep going. All right, the stump is a little frozen, but it should work. Let's do a balance test. 4-foot drop. Bam. Solid. Solid as a rock. Bam. Solid. Now what I want to do is a couple downward throws. This is where it could get shaky. If I throw it hard and the crack is too much, then immediately it's going to break off. This will loosen, this will break, and I could lose my compass, but we will see. Can't test it without testing it, right? Bam. So far, so good. Bam. Wow, that is solid. Let's see. Did I break the tip? Did I bend the tip? Did I dent the tip? Nope. Everything is in working order. Everything is exactly how I left it. Everything is still tight and strong. Dude, I think I made a Rambo knife. Let's keep going. All right, since we're away from my normal spot, I'm gonna have to try and just hold you guys up here. Let's see. That was pretty simple. That was pretty simple. Let's get into something a little better. Now this is kind of dangly, so it'll be tough to cut, but who knows? I might have done a good enough job on this thing to be able to withstand the wobble. And it is cutting. Without a doubt, it is cutting. Holy mackerel. What I really want to do is find something to baton through. So I might just have to cut off a couple of pieces here. And I got plenty to work with, so let me press pause and look for something to cut down. All right, looks like I found a piece. I'm gonna cut this off from here to here, and then I'm gonna cut down a baton. Let's see. Let's see how it is as a chopper. And this is short strokes. I got stuff all around me. Short strokes, and it's working just fine. So far, it is a chopper. All right, let's see if we can't get this down here. And when I say let's see if we can't, you know what that means. Let's get it down. Let's see. So far, edge looks good. Here we go. Finding these angles working around a tree is tough. Finding that out real quick. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I'd be all day style it right there. All right, so I have a nice piece I can baton through. Now I just need to make a nice baton, which is stick in French. All right, so knock down some of this crap, get it out of my way. You can see Rambo just hacking through stuff. I'll use this as my baton. Eventually. Let's see. Uh-oh. I had a feeling that crack was going to give out. I had a feeling. So, the crack was too much. However, the knife is still not over. It's going to suck holding it like this, but we're going to continue to work this blade. And then I'm just going to have to give it a new handle. Let's see. Let's see. A knife is still a knife, even when it's only part of a knife. All right, let's keep it going. You know, once I cracked it when I was hammering that thing on, I had a feeling. I was like, you know, I'm going to end up breaking that, but it is what it is. That's part of making your own stuff, is trial and error, and, you know, going through the good and the bad. And once it cracked, it pretty much let me know that it was going to be a problem. But I worked through it anyway because I figure, what's the worst going to happen? I mean, what if it didn't crack, you know? So let's try and break this. There we go. All right, so now I have a baton. I sent the baton through. Let's keep checking that edge and see how it goes, and then I'll end up making a new handle. That's about it. All right, let's find a spot here. Let's find a spot. Take a walk through the crappy snow. I got a couple dogs over there. I threw some popcorn on the ground for the squirrels. Squirrels never get it because the damn dogs eat it all up. All right, let's put that there. I'll tell you what, the knife is good. The knife is good. The handle was bad. And then that handle was actually good. Just had a bad spot. All right, so let me press pause and set. All right, hopefully that'll work. You guys will stay there. Let's get all this started here. I'm in the shot. I am right there is what I want. Let's hammer away. Got to stay away from the swedge because I made a really nice swedge on that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Boys and girls, ladies and gents, I made a working blade. That's for sure. I made a working blade. Now I just got to make a working handle. And it really sucks because that handle was cool. And if I didn't crack it, I think it would have held. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Sometimes shit happens. So anyway, you can see the Rambo blade. Let me see, reach in there. I'm gonna have to redo a new, let's see, north, that way. I'm gonna have to redo that all over again. But here it was. I mean, man, if I didn't plan on using it for crazy stuff, then I could just you know what I might do actually, since I already have it and it's already done. I think I'm gonna shave it down a little bit more, make it thinner all the way around, and I'm gonna glue the hell out of it, and then I'll wrap this. I'll maintain this and just wrap this. I think that'll be fine. But right there, I mean, I love the green, so I'm just gonna have to get some green string. But that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller, so because right now it fits my hand perfect. I made it for a big hand, and you know that's obviously me. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna JB weld the snot out of this, and because really, that's all it was. It just cracked right up in here. So if I JB weld it and then give it a really good tight wrap and weld the wrap, then I think it'll be all right. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So here it is, my first ever attempt at a Rambo knife. Even with this, I'm still going to call it a success because look at this edge. This edge takes 0 damage today. And it worked out just fine. I think it looks great. It's everything I wanted it to be aside from the cracking. So making this thinner and then wrapping it and JB welding the hell out of it, I think I'm going to have a really, really good knife. And remember, this is going to be, it's more of a fighting knife than a survival knife, you know, at this point. And so really this could be one of those leave by the door, somebody bad comes around, you jack them up type things. And that way all I'd have to do is JB weld this. I wouldn't need to. The only reason I would need to do anything hard, you know, harder to keep it more solid would be if I planned on using that as an all-out survival knife and I was chopping wood and things like that. Without the complete stress of chopping and things like that, using this as just a fighter, I wouldn't need that. I could glue this and leave it as is. So it really comes down to what I want to do. But all in all, this turned out to be pretty a-okay. I like it. I lost my dogs. I don't know where they are. I gotta go find them. So let me go do that. I am Donnie B all day. And until next knife.